president. The 67-year-old Ajifatu Sala, a mother of 8 children, who had a divine privilege to enjoy the love of over 25 grandchildren, was laid to rest this afternoon. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
The Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, has embarked on a 2-week training program for members of a visiting Taiwanese team of youth ambassadors. The event is part of efforts to broaden cultural ties between Banjul and Taipei. Mamadou Diallo tells us more.
Ties between the Republic of China and Taiwan and the Gambia continue to be manifest in various fields. The latest is the visit of these youth ambassadors from the National Taiwan University of Science and Technology, who are in the country for 2 weeks of cultural exchanges with their Gambian counterparts. The ambassadors, in collaboration with the Taiwanese Embassy, this morning opened their 2-week program at the Baobab Resort. Tom Lee, the charge d'affaires of the Taiwanese Embassy, said that the cultural exchange with the students from the Taiwanese University of Science and Technology will go a long way in cementing a fruitful relationship between the two countries.
Taiwan and the Gambia, we are not only friends, we are also the good brothers and sisters. And ever since 2 years ago, in order to further promote the relationship between the Gambia and also to create a platform for our young university students to travel to the Gambia to know more about the country and also to have a cultural exchange.
He also said that the third batch of visiting students will engage in displaying of skills and talents rarely seen in the Gambia. Mr. Lee encouraged the visiting students to enjoy the Gambian people and their hospitality. The Deputy Permanent Secretary, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation and Gambians Abroad, Amin Yang, graced the occasion on behalf of the Minister Mamburi Jai. In her remarks, Mrs. Yang commended the Taiwanese Embassy for facilitating the visit, as it will have a positive impact on the country's youth.
Any investment in our youth is an investment for continuous progress and prosperity, because the destiny of our two nations lies in the hands of our youth.
She also described Taiwan as one of Gambia's most treasured friends and further stated her gratitude towards Taiwan's openness to share knowledge. Professor C from the Taiwanese University of Science and Technology presented and gave a brief background of the students who are all majoring in product and architectural design. Professor C also affirmed that the visit is the beginning of a continuous relationship between Taiwanese and Gambian students. Sheikh Omar Bitey, President of the National Union of Gambian Students and the President of the University of the Gambia Students Union, said that the visit will serve as a motivation to our youths and encourage creativity.
This exchange, I believe, will not only be about the two countries or the bilateral relationship between the Gambia and Taiwan. It will also serve as a motivation to the young Gambians, especially students of this country. I believe these students will be the people who are taking this country to the next level in terms of development and in terms of economic growth.
Mr. Bitey went on to show his appreciation to the Taiwanese people and expressed the hope that the program will be expanded to other sectors. The program was closed by the flying of self-made plastic flowers made by the visiting students. Mamadou Diallo, GRTS.
From volunteers to donor aid coordinators, the Gambia Red Cross Society has, with technical support from the Hispanic Red Cross movement, secured $22 million funding from the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. Babukar Kamara reports the money is meant to support 5,700 families affected by last year's crop failure.
We are organizing this press conference to tell the nation, to tell the world, to tell our partners, the donors, how prepared we are as a movement in responding to the needs of the people that we intend to serve in this particular operation that we called Food Security Operation 2012.
It is a universal movement founded in 1859 by Henry Donant, called the Red Cross, recounting its support once again to the vulnerable since government declared the 2011 cropping season as a failure, with an appeal for support from its collaborative partners is the humanitarian movement.
Since the declaration of the crop failure by the government of the Gambia on the 6th of March 2012, the management of the Gambia Red Cross, manifesting a very high level commitment to the cause of humanity, which the Red Cross indeed is, had worked very diligently and tirelessly in order to supplement the efforts of government in alleviating the suffering of the vulnerable communities.
We receive funding from the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies with a draft funding of 146,342 Swiss francs, which totals to 4,800,000. We also, through the Federation, receive funding from the Icelandic Red Cross, an amount of 300,000 Swiss francs, which also amounts to 9,900,000. In total, we were able to secure, through the Federation, 14.7 million Gambian dollars to support the vulnerables. Bilaterally also, with the Spanish Red Cross, we were able to mobilize 7.3 million Gambian dollars to support the vulnerables.
From volunteers to donor aid coordinators, the Impartiality Movement vowed to spend $22 million among 39,000 people within the hard-hit regions of North Bank and Lower River regions.
Rice, we are buying 288,000 kilos, which is 5,760 50 kilograms bags of rice for the next 4 months. Oil, we are buying 48,000 liters of oil of 2,889 20-liter gallons of oil. And seeds, this is seed rice. We are buying 144,450 kilograms, which is 2,889 bags of rice, and oil is 2,400 gallons of oil. The total beneficiary population for food is 6,000 people for the next 4 months, which is 1,000 families, 6 person to a family ratio. And we are doing our distribution in LRR, in Jara East, and in North Bank, in Lower Badibo. The total beneficiary population for seeds and cash voucher would be 39,000 people, which is 5,778 families would be targeted for this particular support.
The funds mobilized with technical support from the Spanish Red Cross has a funding gap of $14 million. The Gambia Red Cross Society are however determined to seek for additional resources for possible malnutrition outbreak within the 2 identified regions within the next 4 months. Babukar Kamara, GRTS.
Total Gambia Limited has commissioned a fleet of new long vehicles with safety features capable of ensuring safe distribution of fuel. Modun Jai was at the ceremony presided over by officials of the fuel distributor, and this is his report.
Concern for safety on our roads, coupled with the rising number of deaths and permanent disabilities resulting from traffic-related accidents. Total, globally with other stakeholders, initiated what is best known as PATROM. This initiative is a large-scale project deployed in all Total subsidiaries. The principal objective is to reduce the number of road and road-related accidents by placing emphasis on driver training and ensuring the technical monitoring of the vehicles. This transport management system will help reduce environmental pollution, risk to public property, and loss of life, among others. It is to this end Total Gambia Limited took this bold and swift step by introducing through Baj Transport Services 5 new hydrocarbon tankers in its fleet. The tankers are built to modern-day specifications and will be equipped with onboard computers to track and monitor the behavior of the driver and the condition of the vehicle on the road. Total Gambia, as part of the global Total family, operates with international standards and guidelines as is done in Europe. Total Gambia Limited asks all road users to also play their part so that together they can guarantee a zero road accident with safety first. Mamadou Ndiaye, GRTS.
You can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Studio Live. We will be back with more stories after the break.
It's traditional that your national GSM provider, Gamcell, takes many office